Let us discuss false flags. What is a false flag? Britannica states a false flag is harmful, often militant event or action that is designed to appear as though perpetrated by someone other than the person or group responsible for it. False flags have been used by states and organizations to justify sanctions and war. Let us take a look at a couple examples of false flags in history. Our first example is the infamous Gulf of Tonkin incident, which got the US involved in the Vietnam War. The Gulf of Tonkin incident occurred off the coast of North Vietnam. The USS Maddox, an American destroyer, was stationed in the Gulf of Tonkin. On August 2, 1964, the North Vietnamese used torpedo boats to conduct attacks on Maddox. On August 4th, it was claimed that USS Maddox was attacked again unprovoked, but apparently the Johnson administration knew this was false. The truth of the matter is the attack never happened. Captain John Herrick, who was the commander of the Maddox Task Force, claimed they were under attack by Vietnamese boats, but there were not any Vietnamese boats in the area. Some blamed it on the weather and communications issues. With this phantom attack, the US Congress passed the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, which would pull America into a grueling 8-year war, causing the death of over 58,000 US servicemen. Let us pivot now to August 2013 in Syria. The US claimed that Syrian President Bashar Assad carried out chemical attacks in Ghouta, Syria during the Syrian civil war. Barack Obama had stated that if Syria used chemical weapons, that would be a red line for the US and would warrant direct intervention by the US and her allies. What is strange about this incident is the Syrian government, through Russian negotiation, actually allowed UN inspectors to come investigate an alleged chemical attack previous to the claim of the Ghouta attack. So this means UN inspectors were just miles away when the US claims that Assad decided to use another chemical attack. This is political suicide and would allow the US to intervene directly. The incident doesn't add up and was an event similar to Colin Powell holding up anthrax, claiming that Saddam was using chemical weapons in Iraq and that the US must invade them. The false flag incident in Syria caused the Obama administration to bring out warships off the coast of Syria in order to attack Syria. However, the Russian ships positioned themselves behind the US ships. Eventually, the Russians and Syrian government worked out a deal to destroy chemical weapons, and Obama backtracked and saved face from direct intervention against the Syrian government. Next time, we will discuss the Israeli attack on USS Liberty in order to blame Egypt so that the US would go to war with Egypt on behalf of Israel.